season. And it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, an exciting battle of NFC teams between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Leading the 49ers, there's Kyle Shanahan, coming off a down year for the Niners after reaching those 2 Super Bowls and 4 NFC title games across the prior 5 seasons. And on the other side, Mike McDonald, second-year head coach of these Seahawks. One started, and we're underway from Seattle. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And bringing them out to one of the league's best stories from last season, wasn't he? The former number 3 overall pick, coming off that career-defining year, Sam Darnold.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away, and let everybody try to chase you down.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Staying with Walker. Escapes the defender. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Running with Walker again. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back in line as the defense all over this one.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Going is Darnold on 3rd down. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. It's some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So here come the 49ers now to take over for the first time. They're led out by the 4th-year passer out of Iowa State, Brock Purdy.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Working out of the gun. It's Purdy. Deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the offense is there to recover, but they're still stuck inside their own 10. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
They dodged the turnover, but still third and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Third and long for him here. Ooh, almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it. So the potential turnover winds up on the ground. They'll bring up fourth down. I'm flipping through, Brock. That certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. The Seahawks taking the field for their second possession. And they're really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Now Darnold off the play action. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Hit and he fumbles it. But it looks like someone from the Seahawks got on top of it, and they'll get it back.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. San Francisco headed out for its 2nd possession of the game. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their 2nd drive. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Purdy. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation.
Formation for San Francisco.
The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
1st and 10, Darnold. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. On 2nd and 10 now, Darnold. get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Darnold with it on 3rd and short. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the 49ers on offense. And we'll see if they can be the first offense to get a drive going. It has been defense dominant thus far. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now Purdy. Now set up the screen to McCaffrey. He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. We start with a string of incompletions, Brock. You've told me this before. Getting that first one to connect feels really good.
Yeah, it just kind of settles you down and everybody else around you. Not too different than seeing the ball go through the net or make a nice birdie putt. Yeah, you just want to gain some confidence.
Love this. Giving it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be 4th now and less than a yard. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score. That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Sign quarterback run here. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold it right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
No throw, 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Walker on 1st down. Jukes away from one. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs, but let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. play. We just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Here we go, son.
Line up the design keeper. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be second down. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
He's calling his own number again, and he's brought down at the line.
That's just the case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They kick the running back in motion. Third and long. Here's Darnold. The 49ers rush gets home, and they drop him. And their fourth sack of the game, Brock, brings up fourth down. Michael Dixon on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Gotta find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, you know, the best of them take advantage of it.
We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They've got a first to begin the fray. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
And the gun is Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. They get 23 on that one. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense is set. First and 10. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Purdy looking to throw. Finds his fullback. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
McCaffrey on third down. He stopped just before he can move those chains. That brings up fourth and short.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Moody knocks it through. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Seahawks offense running out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Here's Darnold, first and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. On the 24 once again. It's second and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
And off to Walker from the gun. They're working a couple yards past the line. And it's Alfred Collins cleaning up that play.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
They'll air it out on third. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing fourth down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. First and 10 coming up. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Purdy on the play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, it kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Look at that power. Deep left side. He's got it inside the 25. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but across the line there, that earns the holding penalty. The work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's second and 20. Running it after the penalty. And they find them after just a yard, and it's third down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Third and long, Purdy. Caught by his fullback behind the line. He dodged the tackle, and they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and more importantly, to stop it.
Thomas Morstead on the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense taking the field now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Play action now with Purdy. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
In the huddle, here's 1st and goal. No run here, it's McCaffrey. And he runs it across, touchdown! The 49ers making a 9-point advantage. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown! They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Seahawks offense ready to get going once again. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. To throw, here's Darnold. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Throwing here, Darnold. Finds a man right takes it forward to maybe the 23. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Let's see what they went with. Third down.
Third and 14.
Here he goes. Third and long. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be... with a fourth and long. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. Collects this in the 35. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. First and 10 coming up. Now a give. It's McCaffrey headed right. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get set.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. To the left side and wheeled in by Kittle. And he's down. It looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down, 49ers.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So it'll be 2nd and 2 when we get back from our 2-minute warning. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Get set.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Gobbled up on the right side. That's Ayuk. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
First down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play action now. Purdy. Defender gets a piece, but it's still caught. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation. Purdy will sneak it. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second. They closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. It's 2nd and goal.
Get set. Get set. 18. What's up? Yellow.
Back to throw. Here's Purdy. He will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers will add to their lead at the end of the half. George Kittle, the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
On is Moody for the extra point. And this kick was just mishit. It is wide left and no good. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. Returning it from the 4. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Today is the day we've been working towards all summer, the debut of our new halftime show. So without further ado, let's roll. Our trip around the NFL starts now. In the Big Easy, the Saints at home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the tight end, Trey McBride. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. It's a 48-yard touchdown. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And it's Trevor Lawrence. Touchdown from 20 yards away. The Jags get the victory. Congratulations to Liam Cohen, his first win as an NFL head coach. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. And it's a man, when he gets going, is one of the best in the game, Jonathan Taylor. He's got the ball. He's got a head of steam. He has a touchdown. 33 yards to the house. The Colts wind up winning this one in front of a home crowd to begin the new season. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
See what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Isaac Orindo to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
They'll start this. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And he falls on it, so they're going to keep possession and a chance to add to their lead. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Purdy setting up that play action. Has a man be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives the 49ers the first. New set of downs from 37. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's tackled downfield, but look back where that flag rests. Yeah, we got a flag in the backfield. I don't think this one's going to stand. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Now it's Purdy. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Off the play fake, Purdy. Flushed out of the pocket. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Throw right side is caught by Jennings. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do it in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. And coming off 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a walker run. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Here we go, son. Right side.
Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Without set, this is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Darnold. To the left and pulled in by Cup. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 25 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Nick Martin on the coverage.
And again, it's Darnold. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So out now comes the punter. Michael Dixon will kick it away. Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And they had to wave that white flag on their last drive, Brock, hoping to avoid having to call that punter this time out.
Yeah, you get several chances a game, on average, somewhere around 10 possessions, and you know not all of them are going to pan out. So you got to forget what lies behind and keep pressing on to the journey ahead.
Now again, McCaffrey is able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
I think we've got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Purdy looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. He stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Going run again with McCaffrey. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Okay, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Get set, get set.
Purdy throwing here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
He fields this at the 18. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now Darnold off the play action. He's running in left. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 22. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Walker now from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Play fake, Darnold. That pass complete to Boyd. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Giving fiber on that play as he gets him inside the red zone.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Malik Mustafa on the coverage.
Go set.
Here's Darnold. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to run for it. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Walker dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown! The Seahawks shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Those defensive coaches coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
He fumbles it. And that's 49ers football. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on it. That lead trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Galindo to return it. Escapes the defender. And this drive will start inside the 25. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Get set. 18.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. They'll couple together a yard there. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Outside. 18.
Here's Purdy to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Tackle made by Jawan Bentley.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Purdy. To the left side and wheeled in by Kittle. And they are on it short of that 1st down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. If you want to make that tackle, force the 4th down, it took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
2nd and 16 at the 20-yard line.
We go, son.
Now Darnold. The throw right side finds Cup. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Third and a lone yard coming up. Walker gets the pinch. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who've got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Jukes away from one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So here come the 49ers on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. '49ers to the line. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Makes a tackle. He's still going. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a short gain.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
I think it's blocking the ball. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Get set. Get set. 18.
Play action now. Purdy. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
So a really tough spot here. This is third and a country mile. Here he goes, third and long. Finds him over the middle. This is not going to get it done on third down. They catch him behind the line. This goes for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punt team on the field. Thomas Morstead will kick it away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. The Seahawks offense running out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. Darnold. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Offense to the line for second down.
We go sack.
Darnold looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Skips it short of his man. That brings up fourth down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth.
We go sack. Sack.
Desperation time here. It's complete. Play made by Cup. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at that turnover on downs. Instead, they pick up the first.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Walker on first down. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Darnold now to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Go side. Right side.
They'll empty the backfield, motion him right. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. Throwing deep here for the end zone. And he's got it for the touchdown. But while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them.
Still 3rd down.
After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down.
Side.
3rd and long for him here. Finds Smith and Jake on right side. And they stop him before he can reach that marker. And now we've got a penalty flag out too. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he'll try to hit this one well. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner. So hopefully this one has some better legs to it. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. He dodged the tackle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
1st down throw by Purdy. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on it. Again, left side to McCaffrey. Finds a small seam, that's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
Now, I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after a big gain, but he's not going to get to keep the yards or the 1st down that he picked up either. We got a flag down in the neighborhood of holding. A gain they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So they get dings for the holding. Got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. He makes the catch. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts. But throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. The lead looks safe, but the pedal's staying down. They're going for this. They got to jump up front as long as none of their guys went early, and this is going to give them the first down.
Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there.
Get set, get set. Run around, set.
They'll run here following the penalty. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Outside. What is he?
They stick with McCaffrey. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, and they go right back to it. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now a give. It's McCaffrey heading right. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 11.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. 49ers looking like they'll start this season with a win. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Here's a design run. Line up to take a knee on 2nd down. He's keeping it. Gotta get it forward. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. It's a designed run for it. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers as we say so long from Seattle.